Since the dawn of time, gamers across the globe have posed the question, which is the best gaming console? Back in the 80s and 90s, it was a showdown between Sega and Nintendo. It was the Genesis versus the NES, the Sega Saturn versus the N64. It was truly a battle for the ages. Of course, then Sony Computer Entertainment waltzes in with the PlayStation and the console war changes drastically. Now both of them are fighting for their life against PlayStation. Microsoft is blazing in with the Xbox and the dynamics shift yet again. That's where we are today, PlayStation versus Xbox, and to a lesser extent Nintendo and now Valve, I guess. So who would dare try to step up to these industry titans with years of rich history and trillions of dollars backing them? Well, Soulja Boy, that's who. Yes, the renowned composer of Crank That and certified one-hit wonder Soulja Boy once attempted to launch his own video game console only for it to be quickly revealed as a huge scam and a bizarre internet scandal. So today let's dive into the bizarre and drama-filled story of the Soulja Boy console line. Even if you weren't a hip and cool teen in the mid-2000s, you probably know who Soulja Boy is. He's the artist behind Crank That, the viral club song from 2007, and when I say viral, I truly do mean viral. The song was listed in Rolling Stone's list of the 100 best songs of 2007, received a Grammy nomination, stayed at #1 on the Billboard charts for 7 weeks straight, and has gained nearly 500 million YouTube views. And I can't blame the masses, I mean look at the video. It's got everything, its own dance, copious trademarked symbols, a totally radical pair of sunglasses which seem to have been written on with whiteout, and clothing which can only be described as giant couture. Yes, Crank That was a certified party anthem and launched Soulja Boy into stardom. And no one ever heard from him again. After the immense popularity of Crank That and despite constant coverage and attention, Soulja Boy just kind of faded into irrelevancy. He released a string of albums, did some fashion designing, and even began developing an animated cartoon titled Soulja Boy the Animated Series, which only got 1 episode. I can't imagine why. Anyway, he seemed to actually be doing pretty well for himself over the years. But it clearly wasn't enough. Soulja Boy was on the hunt for his next big thing, his next successful entrepreneurial invention, the thing that would launch him back into the spotlight. And in 2018, the world was introduced to the Soulja Game. The first announcement of this console actually came in November of 2018 on a Fortnite livestream.
It's your boy Soulja Boy. I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm giving away my new console. That's right, I'm coming out with my own video game console. I'm gonna give away to a lucky winner my video game console, and it's gonna come with a copy of my new video game. Ha 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 ha! Turn the fuck up!
This clip was published all around the internet on various gaming publications and social medias, but no information on the console was available. Shortly afterwards, an Instagram post was made noting that the rapper had started his own tech company which would be releasing Soulja Boy branded consoles, watches, tablets, and headphones which would be releasing in December of that year. And upon release, well, everything kinda just evolved into complete chaos. Gamers were attacking Soulja Boy en masse, he got cancelled for making homophobic tweets directed at his haters, gaming publications were tearing the Soulja game to shreds, and eventually he was forced to take the consoles off his store. So what the hell happened, and why exactly has the Soulja game gone down in scam history? Well, let's find out. In December of 2018, Soulja Boy's official console line was launched on SouljaWatch.com. The two models available were the Soulja Game and the SouljaGame Handheld, both selling for a cool $200 USD. It was not a good sign, however, when upon launch these consoles were already on sale for half the price. But why was this? According to Soulja, pre-sales were doing extremely well and there was certainly a lot of hype about it online. Well, the answer to that is pretty plain to see. People took one look at these product pages and realized these aren't original consoles. These are cheap plastic knockoff consoles from AliExpress, and you can tell because Soulja Boy literally used the cheap AliExpress product images on his website. He didn't even try to disguise it with like custom graphics or anything. Support converting to TV. Good to know. It turns out that the Soulja game and its handheld counterpart are what many call an emulator console. For the uninformed, an emulator is basically a piece of hardware/software that allows one system to act like another system in order to play games. For example, you might use an emulator program on your PC in order to play PlayStation 2 games on it. Emulator consoles are small, usually cheaply made handhelds that contain hundreds of hacked games from a variety of different consoles. The SouljaGame was no different. It was a super cheap and poorly made piece of plastic that advertised over 3,000 games, most of which were illegal hacks or fan-made bootlegs. Most people who actually brought and played the SouljaGame complained of screen tearing, audio glitches, and crashes, all of which are symptoms of a game that has been very poorly hacked. The console had no Soulja Boy branding beyond a simple sticker on the box, the menus were rudimentary, and the system barely functioned, so needless to say, people were pretty outraged. News articles began coming out mere hours after the consoles dropped, advertising the fact that they were cheap AliExpress bootlegs, so I don't know how many people were actually fooled by the whole thing. Believe it or not, despite the huge online backlash, a week later Soulja Boy launched another console on SouljaWatch.com, the SouljaGameFuze, for $640 USD. For context, that is more than a PlayStation 5. Soulja Boy, what are you doing? The Fuze is interesting because technically it is a legitimate console. The Fuze is a Chinese console, and if you don't know why that's a big deal, it's because the country had a 15-year ban on gaming consoles out of fear that they would corrupt the children and negatively impact their mental health. In 2015, that ban was lifted, and 1 year later the Fuze came out, an Android-powered console made in China as one of the country's first original homemade consoles. Once again, Soulja Boy was basically just bulk ordering Fuses from AliExpress and then dropshipping them to various people, which is marginally better than distributing illegal games, but not by much. See, since the Fuze was a Chinese console, many of the games available to download and play were in a foreign language, or they were strange, cheaply made RPGs and Android-style minigames. There were a few well-known games on there though, such as Half-Life 2, Shelter, and Mighty No. 9. Yikes. Add to this the fact that the Fuze had to constantly be online and therefore was always crashing and losing connection, and yeah, this was yet another cheap dropshipping nightmare. So where exactly was Soulja Boy getting these cheaply hacked bootlegs from? Well, as it turns out, Soulja Boy was actually engaging in a practice known as dropshipping. Dropshipping is basically a get-rich-quick scheme where you, as the dropshipper, will form an agreement with a manufacturer. The manufacturer, who generally will make a super cheap and shitty product, will agree to send products directly to your customers. You go post on your Instagram or Facebook or online site about selling the product, and you generally mark it up by a ridiculous amount. For example, you can find retro handhelds on AliExpress for like $30, but Soulja Boy was selling them for $200. Whenever a customer buys a product, you pay the manufacturer the base cost, they send it to the customer, and you get to pocket the extra money. You can see this in action on big sites like AliExpress, Amazon, and on smaller scales like those girls on Instagram and Depop who sell generic Cheel shirts on a mass scale. The whole thing is generally considered a scam, and very few people actually make money off of it unless they have a large fan base, which of course Soulja Boy had. It seems that he was having some success with the console, at least from gaming publications and YouTubers who were ordering the console in order to review it and make fun of it online. But with a large following comes attention, and when dropshipping, especially dropshipping games that are illegally hacked, you really don't want too much attention. And this is when talk of legal trouble began popping up. Given the fact that most of these games were illegal copies of Sony, Sega, and Nintendo games, many people online began pointing out what a legal minefield Soulja had gotten himself into. I mean, think about it, he's a widely recognized celebrity with millions of followers openly selling hacked games. I mean, there were always gonna be problems. And yeah, Soulja Boy really did not like when people pointed this out. In multiple interviews with Rolling Stone where he was outright asked if he was selling bootlegs from Alibaba, he repeatedly denied it and was quoted as saying, "Honestly, I just think that when you're coming out with a new product, you're gonna be criticized." Under the pressure of a constant stream of criticism, Soulja Boy cracked. Seemingly thrown into a rage, he went on a tweeting spree where he tweeted the following before quickly deleting them. "I'm not scared of Nintendo or none of you nerds making YouTube videos. Eat a dick and thanks for the free promo." And yes, that was the F slur that he used in there. If Nintendo was gonna do something, they would have the first day. My console's not going anywhere. Everything I'm doing is 100% legit. Stay mad and I'll keep getting richer. Hey Soulja Boy, I have a new video game console. It's just a USB stick with trademark Nintendo and Sega games, but I slapped my name on it so it's straight. You're not funny, bitch. Ass nerd. Y'all don't scare me, I'm Soulja Boy. It's so funny y'all don't know how business works, LMAO. Nothing is gonna happen. Nintendo ain't gonna do shit. It's also worth noting that in another string of offensive tweets, he explicitly said that he had the rights to sell all of these licensed games, which he did not. For anyone that thinks Nintendo is gonna sue me, nothing's gonna happen. Everything is legit. My console isn't going anywhere, trust me. Well, keep waiting. The games were licensed to us. Well, a week later, Nintendo threatened legal action and he had to take down all of the consoles. Yeah, believe it or not, the infamously protective of their IPs Nintendo wasn't too happy with Soulja's new venture and the rapper was slapped by legal. The lawsuit didn't actually go ahead, but multiple sources claim that the company had issued an impending lawsuit, which is why the rapper very quickly stopped posting about the products and took them down from his SouljaWatch.com Shopify store. Despite his big talk and flagrant attitude, he had to embarrassingly admit defeat, writing only that he had to quote boss up in a tweet responding to the entire debacle. And that seemed to be the end of everything. YouTubers and gaming outlets got a bunch of easy content, the internet enjoyed copious Soulja game memes, and honestly Soulja Boy himself got off pretty lightly considering how brutal Nintendo can be over copyright. But of course the story doesn't end here, because Soulja Boy actually released a brand new line of consoles that were met with similar backlash and mockery. In February of 2021, Soulja Boy tweeted out, quote, "Coming soon at SouljaGame." Checking out the SouljaGame Twitter page is, well, it's sure something. I love how the description is just Soulja Boy. So this account did actually used to be like an official thing that Soulja Boy was actually using, but I guess he kind of just forgot about it or stopped caring and it got snatched up by a Twitter user who used it to post shit like this. I'm sorry to spoil that the second launch didn't work out, but I mean, I'm sure you could have worked that out with context clues. Anyway, back when it was being actively used by Soulja Boy, it tweeted out, quote, "Building a new console from scratch, all new design, all new games, all new deals. Let's make history." A few months later in April, the TRDR Pocket 4G Soulja Boy edition was released for $200, and did he learn his lesson? Nope. The TRDR is yet another cheap Chinese AliExpress bulk shipping deal, and much like the Fuze, it's powered by Android and seems more like a weird phone than a gaming system. Soulja Boy actually managed to avoid legal trouble this time because while this system will be primarily used to play hacked games, the downloading is up to the individual customer, meaning that Soulja Boy doesn't have to take liability. It's claimed that it can play Fortnite and run Netflix due to the system running off Android, but with this screen size and button layout, it's hardly going to be used for that. Its only real purpose will be running hacked games, and at $200, I don't think many people are going to buy it considering a lot of emulators can be downloaded for free. Alongside this new console, he also announced on a radio show interview that he was apparently in talks with Google and Nintendo, who were both trying to buy the company from him. I mean, I don't want to call him a liar, so I won't. The point is, it's pretty clear to everyone that this is yet another dropshipping scam. It's clearly just another cheap pre-made console brought from Alibaba that he's trying to pass off as his own creation. And keep in mind, this is all alongside other dropshipping items like Soulja Pods, SouljaPads, Soulja Watches, and Soulja Headphones. Why he would try to do this after the first attempt failed so spectacularly, I'll never know, but it's truly the meme that keeps on giving. As long as Soulja Boy keeps releasing consoles, the internet will eat up every second of that train wreck. So, you know, roll on SouljaGame 2021. Thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed that video. If you ever have any topic suggestions, definitely let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye! Thank you so much to my Garfield overlords over on Patreon. Sheriff Whiskey, Lady Cerebellum, Xavier Araujo, Grip Gunderson, Sophie Skidder, X17chan, Simon, Kendall Pachalik, Dozo Blint, Red Meth, The Furby Librarian, Sir Jalen III, Missy Pendragon, Moth Them, Astrian Vortex, Joe Bradshaw, Jordan Nielsen, John Leach, John O'Charles Davey, Helm Hamburger Hand, Tyson, Gyro Bredito, Vampiric Misfit, Pom, Dana Homegardner, Arcantilus, Jesse Chisholm, Kerbicon, Charlie B, Brianna Robinson, Boysenberry Switchblade, Finley, and Agarafin. Thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it. If you want to join these guys over on Patreon, the link will be in the description, and yeah, thank you guys for watching, I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!